Hey everybody, Cake Marshall here. You guessed it, we're still in lockdown. I can't even believe this. And tomorrow's the election. And I don't even know what's going to happen. But one thing I do know is the day after the election, we got some real hard work to do to put this country back together. We are so divided. I've never seen anything like this before. And it's hard work to reunite people. And one thing I also know is that when we have hard work to do, the best thing you could do is get up early, cook everybody a big breakfast, and get on with that work. United we stand and divided we fall. I'm going to go on the internet right now. I'm inviting everybody over for breakfast, and we're going to cook the great American breakfast together. Let's do it. Alrighty, the first thing I'm going to have to do for our great American breakfast is to invite everybody in America. I've got Google open here. I'm about to send an email to the entire United States. It should be real easy on Google. And I want to make sure that I'm telling folks what I'm planning on cooking. Everybody in the United States is different. People like different things. So I'm going to offer a carnivorous option in our Great American Breakfast and a vegetarian option in our Great American Breakfast. Now, of course, in America, there's tons of people who enjoy different things for breakfast. There may be some folks who only want fruit juice. There may be folks who only want to eat things that they harvest from the yard that day. That's great. I'm telling them that I'm making the two options. If they want different things than that, I'm letting them know to let me know, and I'll make an attempt to get that, or I'll ask them to bring that and bring some to share with everybody so they could share what they like. So I'm going to go ahead and send that email now, and then we'll get working on our breakfast. Send. Okay, the first step to any great breakfast is obviously going to be the bacon. So I've got two kinds of bacon here. I've got thick cut pork bacon, and we've got all kinds of folks coming to breakfast. And so I've got vegetarian bacon here too, and I've given it a little bit of a swab with this olive oil here on both sides. It can get a little dry without it. Now I'm going to cook the regular bacon at 350 for about a half hour, but the veggie bacon is going to need a higher heat at 425. So I'm going to put in the pork bacon first, and then we'll come back to the veggie bacon next. Let's get this in the oven. It's going to be delicious. Okay, while I've got that bacon going, I'm going to get some home fries cooking. We've got some baked potatoes here. They're left over from last night's dinner. I made a couple extra. I put them in the fridge, then I cut them in the morning. They're going to be real good and tender then. So I cook them wrapped in foil for about an hour. That's about how long it takes to bake potatoes. And then I'm going to cube them like these cubes here that I already have cut up. So to do that, I'm going to lay it on its flatter side. Give it 2 cuts to make thirds. Down the middle. And then I'm simply going to cube it up in little cubes here. Alright, we're going to go ahead now that we've got this all cubed up, and we're going to throw it in the black iron skillet on the stove. We'll get that going. I've got a little bit of olive oil in there warmed up, so these will start sizzling the minute they hit the skillet. See you in a second. We have this cast iron pan here. It's been heating up for a while. I got a good amount of olive oil in there. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh squeezed garlic in there. It's going to be delicious. Spread that around a little bit. Then I'm going to add my home fries here. Cubed up potatoes that I cooked the night before. I want a good bit of oil in there because that potatoes are going to suck up a lot of oil. And I'm going to go ahead and add some spices here. Some salt, fresh ground black pepper, and Italian herbs. I am going to give that a stir here. Okay, I've given that one stir. The key here is not to keep stirring it. We want to let it get a good brown on one side. So I stirred it once to get those spices mixed in. Now I'm going to leave it for a few minutes just to get a nice brown on one side. I'll see you guys in a few. It's been a few minutes, so I'm pretty sure they got some color on the one side. I'm going to go ahead and pour on a little bit more olive oil, drizzle it around here, and then I'm going to give it a good stir. we got some good color there. Okay, same process. We're just going to let it sit there for a few minutes, get some more color on the other side. I'll see you again. These potatoes are just about done, so I'm going to go ahead and take them off here. And I am going to set them to the side, and we'll make the next part of our Great American Breakfast. Okay, like I said, what makes this land great is all the different folks who live in it. So not only have I taken care of the bacon and the potatoes and the waffles, but we've got something for the veggie folks here too. I'm going to make a little tofu scramble. I've got all my dry spices ready to go here. I'm going to add a little third of a cup of soy milk here, and we're going to mix that up and make a little bit of secret sauce. I put the ingredients down in the description below. This is going to make a great sauce for our tofu scramble. I've got a pound of extra firm tofu here that I've broken up into pieces. Make sure to leave a few big pieces too. Those are good in there too. And so, yeah, now I've got my sauce ready to go. I'm going to go over to the stove and we're going to get the tofu fried up. And once it's fried up, we'll put this delicious sauce in it. So let's go over to the stove. Okay, we're going to get this tofu scramble going here. I've got some vegan butter. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the pan. Get it all melted down here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that crumbled tofu. I've got a pound of extra firm tofu here. Once I get my butter melted up and the pan warmed up, we'll just dump it right in. I believe that this vegan butter is olive oil based, if I'm correct. Okay, we're going to go ahead and throw in the tofu. Okay, I dumped them in there and spread them around evenly. Just like with the hash brown potatoes that we made, we want to give them a chance to get brown on at least one side. So I've got it on a medium-high heat here. I'm going to let it go for a few minutes and let it get a color, at least on the one side there, and then I'll stir it around. Tofu's been cooking for a little while now. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little stir. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good. Pretty good for tofu scramble. Pretty good. We're going to let it cook a little bit more on that side, and then we're going to add a few last ingredients and we'll be there. I'll let it cook for a few more minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add our secret sauce that we made over there, and that's what's really going to make this the tofu scramble rather than just a pan of heated up tofu. So let's go ahead and add our secret sauce. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stir that in. Make sure to get it on all the tofu. This is where the flavor's at. Okay, I've got all the secret sauce stirred in. Now I'm going to add one final ingredient. I've got some green onions cut up here for color and a little bit of flavor. And just at the last, we're going to put those in. I don't want them to get too soft. I want them to keep a little bit of springiness. So I'm going to go ahead and stir that in. Oh man, this is really looking good. Okay, I've got that stirred in and I can see that there's not much moisture in there either, so I think this is just about right. I'm going to turn it off and let it sit for a minute on its own. We're getting there. Our Great American Breakfast is almost done. Oh yeah. Alright, our Great American post-election breakfast is ready. Now, there's another great election metaphor here. You'll notice that I've completely done all the dishes. I think it's important that even when you do the right thing, that you clean up any messes that you've left right away. So I hope post-election folks will remember that. So yeah, we've got a great breakfast ready for us here. We've got some waffles. We've got two kinds of bacon. We've got the vegetarian bacon and we've got the pork bacon. I'll take a little of both, you know. I think I could go both ways here. We've got our great tofu scramble. And we've got some hash brown potatoes. So there you go. Great American post-election breakfast. I think that we've got a little something for everybody. America is a very diverse place and you need to plan ahead when you're making breakfast for America. So that's it from the Cake Marshal. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a great day.